Welcome to second PU online classes. In the last class we discussed about LC oscillations. We are going to continue the class. In the last class what I discussed I am going to recollect one more time. In this last class we discussed that a capacitor is completely charged. This is a capacitor. Assume this is completely charged. This completely charged capacitor is connected to a inductor. If it is complete, this inductor L, capacitance C. Here the capacitor is completely charged. This is positive plate, this is negative plate. The charge on this capacitor is Q, this is Q. Assume we at t equal to 0, it has maximum charge. I am going to write at t equal to 0, it has maximum charge. The maximum charge on the capacitor I am going to write Qm. Then once it completely charged, I connect it to an inductor. Then what will happen? The charge starts flowing from capacitor to inductor. So I am going to write at t equal to 0, the total charge on the capacitor is maximum. As the time is progresses, capacitor loses charge. Capacitor keep on losing the charge. As a result, the charge on the capacitor decreases. So assume direction of the current. Direction of motion of rate of flow of charge is known as current, and let it be Q is the instantaneous charge. I amount of current is flowing. As a result, here some energy is stored in the capacitor, in the inductor. Once capacitor keep on losing the charge, inductor stores some energy. So the energy stored in the capacitor is transferred to inductor. Now after some time, at t equal to t by 4, at t equal to t by 4, this is at t equal to 0, at t equal to 0, here t equal to t by 4. At t equal to t by 4, what will happen? The total capacitor, the total charge on the capacitor discharged and capacitor become empty. Then whatever the energy stored in the capacitor is coming to inductor. In this case, the maximum current flows to the inductor. So at t equal to 0, the capacitor is completely charged, and in between t equal to 0 to the t equal to t by 4, the capacitor keep on losing the charge. At t by 4 seconds, the total charge on the capacitor becomes 0. Then what will happen here? During this process, the total energy stored in the capacitor is transferred to inductor. Now inductor sending current to the capacitor. Then in this case, what will happen? A reverse current flows. Initially, from where to where current is flowing? From upper plate to lower plate. Now in the second place, in this case, current flows in opposite direction. So initially flowing in upward direction, now it is current, a current I is flowing. So current is I is flowing means direction of current is from positive to negative. So the current flows in this direction, so this become positive, this become negative. So the plate become reverse polarized. So after some time, what will happen? This is the process occurs in between t by 4 less than t by 2. During this process t by 2, then at t by 2, what will happen? At t by 2, the capacitor at t by 2, the inductor, whatever the energy stored in the inductor, completely lost and transferred to the capacitor. That means during this at t by 2, charge on the capacitor is Qm. This is maximum charge, and energy stored in the capacitor becomes 0. But if you observe at t equal to 0, the plate 1, I will give the numbering, you can understand clearly. First plate, second plate. At t equal to 0, first plate is positively charged. At t by 2, first plate become negatively charged and second plate become positively charged. That means polarity of the charge is completely reversed. Then come to in between t by 2 to 0. Then what will happen? Since it is completely charged, charge flows from reverse direction. In this case, capacitor once again start the discharging of charge. So this is partially charged. So current flowing in this direction. Capacitor starts losing the charge. Capacitor starts losing the charge. Capacitor starts losing the charge, and it is next. So this is the process starts. This is the process. It is the process at t by 2 less than t less than 3t by 4, or we can write 2t by 4 also. You can go with, in order to avoid the confusion, t by 2, 2t by 4. Here also 2t by 4 I can take, t by 4. Everything I am going to take in terms of t by 4. T by 4 now. From 2t by 4, from 2t by 4 to 3t by 4, the capacitor keep on losing the charge in the reverse direction. At 3t by 4, what we observe? At 3t by 4, capacitor completely loses the charge. The capacitor completely loses the charge and inductor completely charged. Now, in the after 3t by 4 to 4, then once again what will happen? The capacitor starts losing the energy. Inductor starts losing the charge, and at 3t by 4, what will happen? I will write 3t by 4, 3t by 4 t, 4t by 4. During this process, the capacitor charging in the reverse direction. Capacitor charging in the reverse direction at t by 4 seconds. At t seconds, what we can observe? This is inductor, this is capacitor. So total energy stored in the capacitor. So I am going to repeat one more time. Here, what is the process we observe? Here, the energy charge is oscillating between the capacitor and inductor. I am going to repeat the individual cases once more time. So this is the process in between 0, t by 4. So come to the, I am repeating the process one more time. Please pay attention. Here, the first plate is, I am taking a capacitor completely charged. The maximum charge on the capacitor I am going to take Qm. So initially it is completely charged. This completely charged capacitor connected to a inductor. Then what will happen? The capacitor starts losing the charge. So if it is losing the charge, rate of flow of charge is current. So I current is flowing to the inductor. So because of this I current, some energy stored in the inductor. Since this capacitor charging the inductor, charge on the capacitor keep on reducing. So reduced. After some time, the capacitor completely discharged. Once capacitor is completely discharged, inductor, whatever the charge on the capacitor, completely stored in the inductor. Now, so in the second, this is the first cycle. So 0 to t by 4, the capacitor keep on losing the charge and inductor keep on storing the energy. Once it reaches in between t by 4 to 2t by 4, what will observe? The inductor starts losing the charge. Capacitor gets charged in the opposite direction, reverse polarity. So if you take the current flowing in the reverse direction, in the first case current flowing in the forward direction, now it is going in the backward direction. So it is the capacitor is polarized in opposite direction. Now if you observe, second plate is partially charged. In the first case, first plate is partially charged, second plate is negatively charged. At 2t by 4, second plate attained positive charge and first plate attain negative charge. So the capacitor is reverse polarized, and in this situation, once capacitor is completely charged, capacitor starts losing energy. Now it is starting losing energy. So it starts losing energy, the charge on this capacitor keep on reducing. So inductor gains the charge. After some time, after at 3T/4, the total charge stored in the capacitor becomes 0, and total charge is stored in the inductor. Now inductor starts losing energy. Once again capacitor completely charged. So here charge is oscillating between inductor and capacitor. This phenomenon is called LC oscillations. LC oscillations. Now I am going to explain mathematically. In the last class we derived expression for potential difference. In the last class, I derived a differential equation in the form of d square q by dt square plus q by LC equal to 0. This equation we derived. Now, if you compare, I already mentioned this is in the form of equation of SHM d square y by dt square plus y. So here omega square equal to LC, I already mentioned. So here we compared omega square is equal to, we are getting 1 by LC, omega equal to 1 by root over LC, this we derived, and solution of this equation I already mentioned, this q equal to qm sin omega t, or we can take cos omega t. Here I am going to take cos omega t. Why? At t equal to 0, here the charge on the capacitor is maximum, so I am going to take q is equal to qm cos omega t plus phi. This is the general equation. I already mentioned here I is equal to minus dq by dt. Why sir? I am writing minus because charge on the capacitor decreases with respect to time. Any parameter decreases with respect to time, we can assign the minus sign. Since charge on the capacitor decreases with respect to time, I can write I is equal to minus dq by dt. So if you differentiate, what we will get? I equal to qm into d by dt of minus, bring outside, cos omega t d phi. If you differentiate this term, cos theta on differentiation sin theta, then minus sin theta, this minus become cancel, this qm cos omega t on differentiation omega sin omega t. So q omega sin omega t plus phi. This is the expression for current. If you draw the graph for charge with respect to time at t equal to 0, okay, I will write here, you can understand clearly. These are the expressions for current and charge. So from these two, based on these two, now see, I am taking charge on a time. Here at t equal to 0, charge is maximum. At t equal to 0, charge at t by 4, charge becomes 0. At 2t by 4, charge become maximum in the negative direction, and 3t by 4 it becomes 0. In the same manner, if I take current at t equal to 0, 0 like this, this is a variation of current. with respect to time. This is variation of charge with respect to, this is current versus time graph, this is charge versus time graph. So based on this we can say LC oscillations. So these are the two expressions. I hope you understand this class. Now we are going to transformer. Sir, what is meant by transformer? Transformer is a device which alter the AC voltage. What is the definition of transformer? Transformer, it is a device which alter the AC voltage. AC voltage. Now, what is the construction? What is the principle? Principle is, I will explain the diagram. From that we can explain clearly. Transformer is consists of this is a rectangular lamina. Okay, this is a thick lamina. Assume this is strip. Like this. This is a lamina. Such a multiple laminas are placed one over other, like this frame. We can say thick metal frame. This thick metal frame placed one over other. Why it is, I will explain. See, like this. These are laminas. These are the laminas placed one over other. This is primary coil. This is called primary coil. This is secondary coil. This is primary. Primary coil or primary. This is secondary coil. Secondary coil. This is primary, this is secondary. This is circuit symbol of transformer. This is our circuit symbol, this is a transformer construction. Now, we are taking a number of coils. Now, what is the principle? It works on the principle of mutual induction. Principle of transformer, principle, it works on the principle of mutual induction. Mutual induction. Next, I will write now how it works. See, this is a coil, primary coil. Already I mentioned this is a circuit symbol. Primary coil is connected to a AC source. AC source, this is a wounded, these two are wounded over here. Other output is collected. This is primary, this is secondary. This is input. Input is given. Output is collected across the secondary. Input, output. Output collected across the secondary. Now, sir, the number of turns across the primary, I am going to write Ns. Here the turns across the primary is Ns, turns across the secondary is Np. If you applied a alternate EMF, then the induced EMF, if you send an alternate current, then induced EMF is equal to minus Np into d phi by dt. This is the induced EMF in the primary coil. If I send a alternate current through the primary coil, then induced EMF across the primary, I am going to write Ep. Induced EMF across the primary, Ep is equal to minus Np into d phi by dt. Next, Es. Because of variation of current in the primary, induced EMF in the secondary, Es is equal to number of turns, minus Np into d phi by dt. Sir, since the coil 1 and 2 winded over a soft iron core, the flux linked with the primary is entirely linked with secondary. Since, I will write, since primary and, I will write clearly, since primary and secondary both are winded over a soft iron core, that flux linked, the total flux linked to primary is entirely equal to flux linked with secondary. That means since they are wounded, fluxed d phi by dt over a primary circuit is equal to the total flux linked with primary is entirely linked with secondary. So d phi by dt across the primary is equal to d phi by dt across the secondary. These both are same. Then if I take the ratio Ep by Es, Ep by Es is equal to N minus Np by minus Ns. Since flux link with the primary and secondary both are same, these two gets cancelled. Minus gets cancelled. You are getting Ep by Es is equal to Ns by Np. Okay, Np by Ns, no problem. Np by Ns, sir, for sake of our names, I am taking the reverse. Ns by Np equal to Ep, Es by Ep I will take. Why I am taking, I will explain. Es by Ep. Now, sir, here the ratio Ns by Np, Ns is the, I will write, based on the ratio of Ns by Np, we can divide transformers into two types. The transformer ratio, here Ns by Np equal to Es by Ep, I can write if Np Ns. Okay, now Ns by Np is called transformer ratio. Transformer ratio, simply we can write R. Here R is called transformer ratio. Transformer ratio. Here if R greater than 1, that means Ns greater than Np only, no? R greater than 1 means Ns greater than Np. This is known as step up transformer. This is known as step up transformer. Type of transformer, if R less than 1, Ns less than Np, Ns less than Np, this is known as step down transformer. Step down transformer. So these are the two, we have two types of transformers based on transformer ratio. Now we can consider in case of ideal transformer, I will write, in case of ideal transformer, Second point, in case of ideal transformer, power loss is 0. P input power is equal to P output power. In case of ideal transformer, what is meant by ideal transformer? There is no power loss. That means P input power equal to P output power. What is input power? Input power I can write EP into IP. Output power is equal to ES into IS. So if you take the current ratio, ES by EP, ES by EP equal to IP by IS. Now I am going to explain the things. We have one more formula, ES by EP equal to NS by NP. This formula is very important to solve most of the problems in transformer. But while we are saying transformer is 100% ideal, but in general transformers are 90% accurate, not ideal. So if we give 100 input, we will get 90% of output. What is the uses? Sir, here the power generation occurs at a long distance. Now here, if the power generation occurs at a long distance, we have to store the energy. Now whatever the power we are getting, sir, in thermal power stations, they may generate the energy 1000 kilowatt. 1000 kilowatt or 2000 kilowatt, but household current we are getting only 220 watts. So here, in order to reduce the here, if you send the high voltage, what will happen? P equal to VI. P equal to VI. If I increase the voltage by decreasing the current, I can reduce the power loss. So if you send the energy, that means power from one place to other place with high voltage, the energy loss will be less. That means we have the energy loss. What is the heat formula? J equal to I square R. If I is less, then power drop is less. So we can send high voltages from one place to other place. That is the one of the advantage. These high voltages are stepped down by using the transformers. So this is the applications of transformer. We can, according to our wish, we can in these 220 volts, our mobiles using 5 volts or 6 volts. This here we also step down. If you need means we can step up. If we reduce the voltage means we can step down. By using these transformers, we can alter the voltage of a given AC. So this is the application of transformers. In this class, we are discussing about, in this session, what we discussed. I am going to recapitulate because this is the end of, by transformers we finish the class. Which type of questions they may ask in the exam, I am going to discuss. So they may ask the question like this, in this lesson, 1 5 marks question, there is a chance that 1 5 marks question is LCR. Sir, please remember which type of questions you will get. Question types. Question number 1, I can say LCR series circuit. LCR circuit. LCR series circuit with the problem. With the problem, there is a chance to get 5 marks question. 5 marks. Next, define wattless current. Wattless current. Or they may give numerical problems, RMS value of current. They may give the I equal to, they will give I equal to I naught, let it be 220 root 2 sine 220 omega t plus phi. They may ask the average value of current and instantaneous average value, IRMS value. So from this lesson, there is and one more type of questions is transformers. So please go with the questions, and tomorrow we will discuss the NCERT problems. Thank you.